What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, I'm being told that the massive showdown between the pound-for-pound king, Terence Bud Crawford, and four-division world champion, former undisputed super middleweight world champion, yet still reigning unified super middleweight world champion, first ballot Hall of Famer, top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, one of the cash cows and one of the faces of the sport of boxing, Saul Canelo Alvarez, is confirmed, and it's going to happen in September, right? And both fighters will have fights in between that time. We know Canelo Alvarez traditionally fights on Cinco de Mayo weekend, which will be May 3rd, the first weekend in May. And he always fights Mexican Independence Day weekend, the second weekend in September. So it looks like him and Terence Crawford, who is another first ballot Hall of Famer, who is undefeated, 41 wins, no loss, no draw, 4-division world champion, 2-division undisputed world champion, and 31 wins by way of knockout. 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. And Canelo Alvarez is 62 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. 35 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. He's more about 5'7" with a 70-inch arm reach. With that said, both guys are going to have interim fights before they face each other in September. Now, it's widely considered that Canelo Alvarez is going to face William Skull. Canelo Alvarez got stripped of the IBF, the International Boxing Federation title. William Skull fought for it. He won it. William Skull is the champion. So Canelo Alvarez wants to become a 2-time undisputed champion, right? So he'll fight William Skull in May, according to the resources that had told me. And he'll become 2-time undisputed champion should he beat William Skull, right? Historically. Then he'll fight Terence Crawford in September. With that said, Terence Crawford is going to have another fight in between time as well. The question is, who is Terence Crawford going to fight? Now, obviously, Canelo Alvarez's opponent is subject to change as well, right? But it looks like Terence Crawford more than likely has more of a variety of opponents that can possibly be his next fight compared to Canelo. Canelo has his sights on becoming undisputed 2 times over, historically. He'll historically go down as a 2-time undisputed champion. He wants that accomplishment and that feather in his cap. With that said, who will Terence Crawford fight? Now, we know Terence Crawford had his first fight at 154 pounds when he fought Israel Madrimov, August 3rd. And became the WBA junior middleweight world champion. He's going to go from 154 to 168. So, I thought about it, and I said to myself, Terence Crawford should fight this man, right? Title contender, Ukrainian superstar, title contender, in Sergey Derevyanchenko. 15 wins, 6 losses, no draws. 10 wins by way of knockout, as you see. Sergey Derevyanchenko is 39 years of age, but he's 5'9", about 5'8", with a 67-inch arm reach. He's very similar in stature to Canelo Alvarez, and he's very durable. Now, he got stopped in the 8th round in his last fight against Christian Mbili, right, in Quebec. Christian Mbili is undefeated, 27 wins, no loss, no draw. He is also being considered as a possible opponent for Canelo Alvarez. He's 28 wins, no loss, no draw, 23 wins by way of knockout, 5'8.5" with a 72-inch arm reach out of France. With that said, Canelo could possibly fight Christian Mbili, but he wants to become 2-time undisputed champion, and William Skull is on his mind, right? And that's who he wants to fight, because he wants to be considered 2-time undisputed champion. And that would be great for Terence Crawford as well, because should Terence Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez, that makes him a 3-division undisputed champion. So that only makes sense for Terence Crawford as well, right? They'll fight for undisputed. He'll be a 5-division champion and 3-division undisputed champion should he beat Canelo Alvarez. William Scholes, 23 wins, no loss, no draw, 9 wins by way of knockout, 32 years of age, 5'11.5" with a 72.5-inch arm reach. So you can understand Canelo Alvarez, William Scholes not a threat with his power punching. So I would like to see Terence Crawford fight Sergey Derevyanchenko, right? Sergey Derevyanchenko has been in the ring with the best of them. He's been in the ring with Christian Billy. He lost to Jaime Munguia. He lost to Carlos Adames, Jamal Charlo, and Gennady Golovkin. Now, and he lost to Danny Jacobs. He dropped Danny Jacobs too. I actually thought he beat Gennady Golovkin. Many people thought he beat Gennady Golovkin, and he was robbed in that fight against Gennady Golovkin because they was building up Gennady Golovkin versus Canelo Alvarez. They didn't want to lose that trilogy between them two, and they gave Gennady Golovkin that victory. I thought Sergey Derevyanchenko beat Gennady Golovkin. He's a hard, consistent, fundamentally sound power puncher that's aggressive, but he's very beatable for Terence Crawford. And this would give Terence Crawford a look and an idea. He fights at 168, Sergey Derevyanchenko. And another thing, Sergey Derevyanchenko, he fought at 154. He fought at 160. Now he fights at 168. So he gradually moved up in weight as well. And he's consistent, right? He's durable. He's a hard puncher. He's tucked away. He's very stocky like Canelo Alvarez. They're about the same size, exactly the same size. He has power in both hands. He has a high ring IQ, and he's skilled, right? He's a counterpuncher as well. So that would give Terence Crawford the perfect look. The fight at 168 against a guy who's durable, same stature as Canelo, and about the same power as Canelo Alvarez, right? And he's very crafty as well. That would be the perfect opponent.